Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome to the hub. Sorry about that.
It's all on Elon, man. How was your week?
Week's been good. We actually, we were able to start really conceptualizing TGE at the end of the month. So I've got some updates around that and what to expect and, how we're going to approach the various token allocations. So it's nice, things are definitely coming together.
Exciting, exciting,
That
exciting. Yeah.
How's HashPack going? You guys still riding the
Doing
high?
great. Doing great. Yeah, absolutely, like, still writing it. Like, with Gib, like, actually going live today is also it's just fun for the entire echo. And of course, like, David is part of, the HashPack team too, so then big shout out to him. Really happy, like, from a human perspective, also from a business standpoint, because now it's a company and the whole line, and being listed on there is absolutely massive. It's huge. But again, he's such a great dude. And I love seeing great folks like succeeding. Of course, he's part of the team. I know him very well. He's been inside the Echo for 4+ years. Just absolutely happy. So that's not directly related to Hashback related per se, but it's grassroots culture. We're absolutely here for it. Um, Great moment like for him, Gib, and the entire ecosystem. Absolutely happy for him and all of us.
Yeah, I would say, Led's a little adjacent to HashPack, right? So I think the whole team's really doing strong work. And I think me and Weston have been saying Gibbs a no-brainer for a runner and for kind of the coin to get pushed forward. So I think Kraken is a really good catalyst for that supports kind of what we're talking about. Um, no, it's super exciting to see, and it's all happening. I said it a couple weeks ago that Kraken just continues to highlight network developments right now and the things that are doing well on Hedera. And I think kudos to all of the tokens and the projects that are doing what they need to do to make that process as easy as possible to get on Kraken and get that visibility and exposure.
Hell yes.
Cube, how's your Friday?
good, man. Good. The fiat's slowly winding down at the moment. We launched our membership card launchpad for Helix. Yeah, dude, things moving. We're looking good. Ready for this weekend. Gonna be taking it easy.
Yeah, let's how's Helix going? Let's give that a little viz.
We're doing good, man. We've been slowly but surely putting out the announcements of projects that we're featuring. As you know, you guys were one of them, which we're super stoked about. Along with many others who are still yet to have been named. So that's coming down. We're doing like little things here and there for folks who may have not yet scored a whitelist to get their membership cards, which, the membership cards are kind of multi-purpose. Essentially gets you like unlimited access to events that we do throw because likely in the future those might not be open public, at least not without like a ticket or something. This first one is just an inaugural one, so we're looking forward to that. But that one won't technically be quote unquote token gated per se. But future ones will likely be.
Nice, man.
So
I
having a
think,
card is crucial if you want to be in every time.
yeah, for those that haven't been following along with Helix and updates, so it's pretty common on networks to have in-person events, and there's typically one or two crews that are kind of organizing that and facilitating it. And Helix is kind of positioning itself to be the group for the Hedera network that throws events, et cetera, activations. So definitely check them out. They're doing pretty sweet work, and it's time for our network to have someone in the crew that's actually considering that part of participating in community engagement and exposure, right? I think all of us
Mm,
probably heard about the board ape parties and stuff like that.
exactly. Yeah, precisely. And we're sitting back here thinking like, you know what? Why not us? We think it's time. Get it set up now so that you know, folks actually, can see, hey, man, H bar is doing stuff like this too. That's really cool. And in-person networking is a totally different ball game. I'm in corporate, and I meet people on Zoom all the time, but it's nothing like in-person networking events that we do. That's where you really make the connections. So yeah, we're looking to facilitate that for the ecosystem. Get project leads, founders, etc., to meet, greet, maybe have some food, have a drink or two, and socialize.
Yeah, I love it, man. Kudos. So we talked about
Appreciate you.
Gib. We talked about Kraken. We feel like we've been talking about Kraken every week, but it's not our fault. They just keep doing cool things for the network, so we're going to keep talking about it. So recently, as in like a day ago, there was some news that came out around Hashport, kind of rolling back operations. And I think I had heard some things through the grapevine in the last couple months that it was looking like that was going to happen. And, there's feelings about it for sure. I think at this point, there are various bridges that are coming online. Um, in addition to like cross-chain swaps, there's a couple different cross-chain swap options for users here on the network at this point. So in terms of like, does it silo the network? Absolutely not. But it does still suck to see a pretty big part of the network's infra in and out going down. But yeah, Phil, I don't know if you have any kind of insights as to it happening or your opinion on it going
I
out.
don't. I just hate to see like for sure like stuff like that being sunsetted.
Yeah,
It sucks for sure. It's a repositioning 1000% again, intersection, the whole thing, like we know. I hate it because like Jesse's over there has really absolutely been killing it since even before I got here, 5+ years ago. So yeah, I hate to see it. Hopefully they prevail, a part of this prevail, something else will come out of it. I'm trying to be positively driven also around that. But yeah, no, I hate to see it.
yeah,
I love to see things coming to fruition, but also I need to like be realistic as to not everything and everyone can be successful into this lane. But yeah, and they're a good team. They're really a good team. Ashport is really a good team. So yeah.
yeah. I used Hashport long, long ago when it was kind of the only thing that was around,
Yeah. Yeah.
and it was great. Had no issues with it. And then since then, I've kind of transitioned into cross-chain swaps for various reasons. I don't know. It's not that I don't like bridging. Bridging has been around for years. The cross-chain
Yeah.
swaps are just kind of easier, especially if like the bridge itself doesn't support whatever I'm trying to swap to the network, right? Um, but yeah, it's a shame to see it go, and I'm hoping for the best. We've got Shady, Woj, X Raptor, Skittles, Pagey, a Drip Fan, Prison, all the peeps. Happy Friday.
I
Um,
gotta say, I've
what's up?
used, Hashport before. Um, so is that was a bridge that we used to have, or I guess we have up until the end of May?
Yeah,
Is that going out? That's unfortunate.
yeah. I mean, it's definitely unfortunate. It's pretty common on networks to have multiple bridge solutions, and right now, currently, we do. Um, it would be, I think, way more tragic and concerning if they were the only bridge in and out. Um, Luckily, there are other peeps coming into the space. But Hashboard's been around for a long time, and they were a huge part of like early eco development and uh, user growth, I would say, right? For people wanting to port over.
Yeah, no, bridges are crucial, right? But then again, being in this as long as I have, ecosystems tend to evolve over time, and with that comes, well, the coming and going of projects and teams, and who knows, maybe they like redistribute into another group, or maybe they start up something totally different. You never know. It does suck to see, but it could result in something spectacular down the road that maybe now that they're done doing this, they can then pursue that, right? I don't know. I'm just spitballing here.
Yeah, no, totally. And I think that's kind of where Phil was going, where he's remaining optimistic and positive that they might be able to pivot or figure out a new direction that the people that we care about can kind of pursue. So Orbit token, the V2 update. We are on track for end of the month. We're still not giving out dates quite yet, but everything is about to be in staging. Weston and I will kind of give it the final check mark, give it the okay. And once that is in staging, if you're not familiar with staging, it's like before it goes live, we push it to staging, which is like pre-live. It's a test run. It's all the things. Koza and I will get a marketing video cooked up, and we'll be rolling out the update. So the new app, a new domain, a marketing video, kind of all at the same time. And then TGE should be pretty close after that. And we've got some clarity around how the TGE is going to roll out at the end of the month. It's looking like we're going to do an airdrop for the NFT allocations, which is great in my opinion, because the user, you guys, don't have to do anything. There will be a snapshot at a certain point. We're not giving away when quite yet, but that will be communicated in a respectful amount of time in advance. You guys aren't going to be surprised, so you don't have to worry about that. But we're going to be taking a snapshot. It'll be airdropped. And we figured with the farm allocation. So if you're not aware, for the last couple months, if you've been participating in using the Orbit beta, we're tracking that. You're going to get rewarded for that. And there is an airdrop attached to that. But we're going to roll that into part of the new or upcoming rewards page, because one of the buckets is cashback rebate and referrals. Those are going to be 2 claims that users can interact with. So we're just going to roll in the participation into the rebate claim. Figured, it makes sense to do that because it's kind of the same thing in a way. So once a user, if they've been participating in the beta, claims that, it'll then become just the rebate claim cashback button. So as you trade, portion of every trade goes into the rebate bucket. Users can claim that. And that's kind of what we're looking at for TGE and the mechanics about getting the community their token allocations. And I'm happy to kind of chat amongst the folks up here if there's any questions around that.
Yeah.
But we're feeling pretty good about that method.
How are you calculating points to tokens for those of us who've been trading in Orbit, if you will?
Yeah. We'll get a little bit more information on that likely in the next week. Chopper or J Builds is kind of doing that maths as we speak. More to come.
Cool. Looking forward to that too, man.
Yeah, it's exciting. I mean, we've definitely been sitting on delivering this token for a while. So to start having clarity and a time frame and the ins and outs of how it's actually going to pan out, it's really nice on our end for sure. I get that a lot of people have been waiting for an update on this, but we've also wanted the game plan. So it's all kind of shipping out. It's all going to be happening around the same time as our quarter one roadmap deliverable and our V2 update, which has been basically what the whole team has been focused on since the beginning of the year. We're really feeling good about moving out of beta and into like a fully fledged standalone trading terminal. Definitely feels night and day. And the various parts that we hadn't delivered in beta, such as portfolio, such as rewards page, that really does kind of bring the whole ecosystem together and the Orbit ecosystem. And we'll have our own token, which even further makes it feel like you are in a ecosystem.
Have you decided on the ticker?
Yeah, I mean, it's probably going to be Orbit, even if it's a little bit longer.
Not ORBT?
I don't think so. I'd rather just do like actual Orbit, but we'll see. If we need to do a 4 ticker, we'll do a 4 ticker. I know Koza and I but we thought about doing Orb a while back just because it sounds cool and I
Orb
like
is
orbs.
good.
Yeah, orb's pretty
Orb.
cool.
No, I think
Badass
the orb concept was kind of sexy. I'm not gonna lie.
I think Koza was cooking with that one, dude. You might want to reconsider. Orb sounds badass.
Yeah, I can chat. It's definitely got a good ring to it.
Mm-hmm.
Keep calm and hodl orb. I love it.
You get orbed up.
No, I think the whole team kind of feels like the collar loosening a little bit. We're able to breathe a little bit more now that the finish line is in sight for Q1. It's been pretty nice these last couple weeks. It's been a lot of head down work, but we're really excited just to kind of share what all that entails, very soon here. So very stoked on what's to come.
I can relate to that, Koza, big time. And yeah, I know. Trust me, because Juno's usually pretty fast to reply, and I know when he's not, I'm like, he's busy cooking. Let him
He's
cook.
cooking. Let
It's
him
pretty
cook.
true. I mean, I basically live at my computer, right? So I can almost always reply immediately, but sometimes it's like, we're locked in right now, and I don't want to break my train of thought or whatever I'm flowing in. But yeah, I mean, it's cool, and one really nice thing about the rest of the year is this first quarter in terms of deliverables is like monumentally bigger than every other quarter. And hyperliquid integration and Bonzo yield, those things sound big and heavy loaded, but Bonzo has an API. Hyperliquid has API and a widget for integrating. So those actually are kind of smaller lifts. This first quarter has been insane. So it's very realistic that the team is going to be able to push and deliver future quarter deliverables ahead of schedule, which is great because then that lets us move past the deliverables that are required for the grant and then start cooking like additional features for Orbit and the token and token utility for further token utility and token syncs, all of the good stuff. So that's kind of the big thing is like this has just been a very dense quarter. Like my personal life and social life is pretty rough. My friends are not happy with me. I've got one friend and we grew up together and she's just pissed. She's like, dude, you are not leaving your house. Like you're always busy, blah blah blah. And I'm just
On
telling her, I'm
full
like, dude,
goblin mode, dude.
yeah, basically it's like, this too shall pass. It's all good. Uh but I'm needed elsewhere, right? And also all the product design stuff that I'm doing for the redesign is in essence I'm reskilling in the middle of a career path. And
Yeah, but no,
that's
but shout out to you though, man, because you definitely you switched gears and knocked it out of the park. Like everything I've seen has been just super, super sleek, really nice. I mean, it's crazy to me. I remember you mentioned it. You were like, "Oh yeah, I just decided to change gears here, pick this up, and start doing UI design." Well, dude, you knocked it out of the park. GG's to you, bro.
Oh, thank you. It's not one to one. Like what we're going to be pushing to live isn't one to one from what I've shown you. A lot of the early sneak peeks have been like concepts, but in terms of orientation and what layout, those are pretty much translated. But like the exact designs are going to be a little bit different. But yeah, I mean, I think looking at a fair amount of decentralized applications over the last 6 years definitely gives you an idea of common flows and common processes, which helps a lot when you're trying to figure out how to format something. But there's still a ton of nitty gritty stuff that I'm a novice at, and it totally shows. And I'm very grateful for Warlock because he's a great mentor. He can point out and like basically he just knows. He spent a lot of time working with designs and going from design to build. So it's an awesome relationship. But I love it. It's really fun. It's
Shout
creative.
out to Warlock, man.
I know. Big shout out to Warlock. The dude's the legend. Truly. What else? What else can I relay? Um, we've spent the last like week and a half, I think, Koza, kind of dialing in just like branded templates for various social media posts, like a single focus post or a multi-focus. And when I say multi-focus, like you could think a change log update post. If we were to push an update to the app that covered multiple topics or multiple parts of the app, that would be like a multi-focus post. So just kind of dialing in our branding, make everything feel a little bit more cohesive and more in line with the like future of the app, I suppose. We changed our logo, so we got to update all of our branding for that. Our color palette's definitely gotten stripped back a bit. We're kind of leaning away from the space purples and things like that. But I think the really cool thing that we definitely want to do and deliver with Orbit is themes in the app. We really want to allow users to change the theme of their app, and there's a lot of freedom and a lot of creativity to pursue with that. So right now, just because it's got all of us Ripped is like a marathon. We're not going to call it marathon, but their color palette is just chef's kiss.
Yes.
So tell me a little bit more about the themes thing though. Like, how do you plan on implementing the themes within your D app? Are you going to go the HashPack route where you hold an NFT to unlock the theme? Are you going to go a different route where like certain amount of trading unlocks a certain theme for you? How's that going to work? What
Yeah,
can we
I
look
mean,
forward to?
we've definitely it's hard, right? I mean, I think this network specifically really loves NFTs, and there is nothing wrong with that. We aren't seeing other terminals need to implement an NFT to offer themes. For instance, we could have a button on the bottom toolbar that you just click and a color palette swatch comes up and you just select a different color palette right down there. Now, there is the opportunity to do more exclusive themes behind NFTs for sure. It's just hard. You know, it's trying to figure out the appropriate way to say this. It's just I'm not the first to be like, yeah, this needs an NFT. It's not, yeah, this could be an NFT. Totally, a lot of things could be an NFT, but it's like, in essence, does this actually need to be an NFT? It's kind of up for debate.
What about
So,
activity based? I think that's pretty fair.
well, activity based would
The
be
more you
points.
use, yeah. So like based on points, right? You unlock certain different things. Like you can have like a base set of like, I don't know, 3 to 5 themes, but then have some more exclusive ones for folks who utilize the D app a lot more and have racked up a
Totally,
bunch of points, who've been there since
totally.
the beginning, maybe like a certain cube I know.
Yeah, yeah, no, and I think you're nailing it, and that's what our vision is for the point system. But translating that to like, does that need an NFT? That's where it kind of gets to me
Oh yeah.
saying, yeah, I don't think it
I'm not
does.
saying you have to make it an NFT, but it would
Right.
be pretty cool.
That no. Yeah, so you can expect that there will be stuff that's unlocked through points, more exclusive themes. Um, it's all color palettes at the end of the day. You know, one thing that me and Weston are really passionate about is we're never going to gate the core concept and the core tooling of Orbit, like the core use case of Orbit. That's never going to be gated behind anything. Like any user can connect to Orbit and get the most out of it. Power users can get more out of it through the Orbit token or Orb token. Um,
And through
and
the NFTs.
yeah, that's yes, through
Don't can't
the key
forget those. Come
collections.
on. There you go.
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, right out the gate, should Orbit really kind of take off, the keys are amazing. Like it drastically reduces the fees processed through the app and increases your points gained, right? So if you want a certain exclusive theme, those keys are going to let you get it significantly faster. But yeah, that's kind of a little just kind of chat around the Orbit ecosystem and what to expect. It's likely that we're going to continue having updates and more clarity basically each week. It's ramping up for sure. And as we get real dates defined, like Weston and I chatted yesterday morning about the dates and the weekly time frame. So he and I are synced up. But you know, now it's getting confirmation from our engineers that yeah, it can be delivered by that time, and it's looking like this day works. And voting as a team on the specific day for TGE and stuff like that. But more clarity to come, more updates to come. It's going to be an exciting month for sure. We're really excited to push this update. And I think that's going to be it for the hub. Unless I'm missing some super sweet update. I don't think I am.
I'm stoked. I just want to say, if I didn't say that already enough times, but I'm stoked for the new update. I can't wait for that to come out.
It's really good. You know, the beta I keep saying was like a proof of concept. And like, yeah, you know, the tooling works, the contracts work. But is it a terminal? We're not there yet. We haven't fully delivered the terminal feel. And this next update gets us a lot closer, if not fully kind of there. And we're really excited. But I think with that, I actually, surprise, surprise, I am touching grass. Not this weekend, just today. But
No way.
Oh,
I
let's
know,
go.
I know,
Wow.
I know.
Surprised.
I drove up to wine country early this morning. Got up at 5:30, and I'll be enjoying that here for the day, driving back tomorrow morning.
Awesome. Enjoy the time.
But yeah, thank you. This is like the first little escape from development and the Bay Area in 3 months, 4 months? Yeah, 4 months because it's April 3rd. So I'm gonna enjoy it a little 24 hours out, and then I'll be back going goblin mode. But the goblin's getting sunshine today, which is good.
Well deserved, buddy. Well deserved. You've been putting in too much work. I've been telling you should go do that. So I'm glad that you are.
Thanks, Cube. Everyone have a great weekend. And yeah, we're excited to do this thing with all of you. So more to come.